Hi everyone, and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. I hope everybody is all right this morning. It's Saturday, July 13th. Currently it's 79 degrees. High today 93. It's just cooking my garden out there. I'm telling you, the tomatoes they're starting to. They usually don't start to like go downhill until late in August, like the last part of August. And I guess this heat's just in the sunshine on them all the time, no rain and everything. It just they're like they're gonna fizzle out, before I know it. But I got plenty of tomatoes still out there. They'll be fine, but they just won't make more. I'm wondering if even those green beans that I planted out there where the radishes were, I'm wondering if they'll even germinate. I should have tried to start them, germinate them inside maybe, but we'll see. It's been hot before when I planted seeds and they did pretty good. So anyway, no chance of rain, of course, and winds at 4 miles per hour. Okay, today, if you've seen it, I had a short of, we went to Wendy's and got one of those $5 biggie bags. And, I wasn't real impressed, but, I do realize that's a lot of food for $5, from a fast food place. It was just, I think the worst part about it was cold, and they're not really all that far from us. It probably doesn't take us 5 minutes or so to get there, so 5 minutes back, of course. But, it shouldn't have been cold. I don't know, it seemed like Wendy's used to make stuff when you ordered it, back in the day. But, yeah, I mean, it was okay. If it had been warm, I'm sure it would have been better. The fries were all stuck together. Like, I don't know how they got like that. I had to, like, pull them apart. Just didn't really impress me is all I'm saying, Now, there's another Wendy's on the other side of town. If we ever decide to do it again, which I don't know if I want to take a chance, but I would go to the other one and see, if there's a difference. But anyway, while we were there, we went ahead and got one of the Wendy's triple berry Frosties. And after we got our order, I pulled over for a couple minutes. I don't know if that probably had maybe something to do with it getting, a little colder. But when you see the video, you'll see it didn't take like a minute to try it. I just got one big bite with a spoon and then took off. So I don't think that was a major part of it being cold. No, not just for a minute. So yeah, check that out later on today. Triple berry frosty, and then I went ahead and did a out and about after we left. And Joy actually had to do the camera work because I was driving. So check that out. Yeah, out and about and a taste test in one video. Okay, what's for dinner? Really not sure. I'm hesitant to make anything in the oven tonight. So I don't know. I made a sub sandwich, a huge sub sandwich with Italian bread, and it was really good. I used ham and roast beef and put all kinds of stuff on it. I put some of them barbecue pickles or smoked beef pickles, from Aldi. I put some of them on it. It was really good. But I'm not sure about tonight. I don't want to start eating out too much or anything because it just costs, quite a bit. If I could find something that was, reasonable, we might get something out. But not for sure. Okay, let's see what the jokes look like today. I haven't clicked on it yet. What the heck? Okay, there it is. Okay, okay, I think these are okay. They look pretty good. A man in a hurry taking his 8-year-old son to school made a turn at a red light where it was prohibited. Uh-oh, I just made an illegal turn, the man said. "Ah, Dad, it's probably okay," the son said. "The police car right behind us just did the same thing." Ah, because he saw him and he did that. Had to do the illegal turn to get to him. Oh boy. I asked my father-in-law, a crop duster, how his day had gone. "I had just the worst day," he replied. "This morning I was up in my plane dusting a field when I nicked a power line and damaged the wing on the plane. When I got back to the office, my boss chewed me out. Then a guy from the FAA chewed me out. On my way home, I stopped at a bar and was handed a warm beer. So I yelled at the bartender, 'Don't you have any cold beer?' The bartender said, 'Sorry, but we've been out of electricity all day ever since some idiot crop duster hit a power line on the road.'" Hit a power line down the road? Yeah, down the road. Nobody to blame but himself for that one. Thought of the day is from Robert Frost. "In 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on." That's true. Okay, I saw a trivia one right above this one that might be good. It's science. Science. Take quiz. Yeah, I got people challenging me all the time on this. You know, I don't know what you get if you. It keeps saying you got so many points. When I do this, but and that's pretty much on all of them. So I don't know what it is, what that's about. What is the term for a sudden, overwhelming feeling of fear? Agoraphobia, compulsion, panic attack, obsession. Well, I've heard of agoraphobia, but I can't think of right now what it is. Compulsion, obsession, I don't think that's it. I really think it's a panic attack. I mean, I could be wrong, but that sure is what it feels like when I have one, and I do have them. I've been lucky for a while now. I haven't had one for a little while, so I'm real happy about that, Pray, pray when it happens to you, if you have them, and talk to God, and He's helped me tons of times, And actually, you might not believe me, but Kitty helps me. I think she knows when I'm having one. She'll jump up and lay beside of me, or if I'm laying back on a pillow or something, she'll lay between my legs. I think she knows. I really do. Okay, so anyway, I think it's panic attack. And that's right. Panic attacks are sudden periods of intense fear and discomfort that may include palpitations, sweating, chest pain or chest discomfort, shortness of breath, trembling, dizziness, numbness, confusion, or a feeling of impending doom or of losing control. Typically, symptoms reach a peak within 10 minutes of onset and last roughly for 30 minutes, but the duration can vary from seconds to hours. Although they can be extremely frightening and distressing, panic attacks themselves are not physically dangerous. Well, they're mentally dangerous in my opinion, I'm telling you. But yeah, I think that's about right, 30 minutes, So anyway, yeah, they're no fun. I never know when they're going to hit me. Something just triggers it or something. I don't know. Anything to do with the hospital, I sometimes get one if I have to go to the hospital for anything, because I've had so many operations. Okay, which of these terms refers to the disorder with extreme mood swings? Schizophrenia, dissociative amnesia, bipolar disorder, and kleptomania. Well, kleptomania, isn't that, stealing stuff you have to steal? I'm not gonna mess around. I think it's bipolar, because Joy has bipolar, and she's on a medicine for it that controls it, thank goodness. Anyway, Okay, yeah, it's right. Bipolar. Mood disorders such as depression and bipolar disorder affect people emotionally. If you have depression, you may constantly feel sad. You also may be anxious. If you have bipolar disorder, you'll likely have extreme mood swings. And it explains some more about it. But what is the psychological word for false and irrational belief? Double blind, deliberate, delusion, bipolar. It's kind of some goofy answers for. I mean, we just read about bipolar, some about it. I, I can tell what it is. It's delusion. A delusion is a belief that is clearly false and that indicates an abnormality in the affected person's content of thought. The false belief is not accounted for by the person's cultural or religious background or his or her level of intelligence. In what field is Dr. Phil McGraw a doctor? Clinical psychology, sociology, neurology, education. Where do you get some of these answers? Like, I don't know. Somebody might think it was neurology, but education. He's a doctor of education. I think I haven't watched Dr. Phil. My goodness, I'd say I haven't watched Dr. Phil less than 10 times ever since he's been on. Probably more like 5. I just never really got into it. But I think he was calling himself a psychologist. Yeah. Dr. McGraw earned a doctoral degree in clinical psychology from the University of North Texas, followed by a postdoctoral fellowship in forensic psychology from the Wilmington Institute. Okay. Who founded psychoanalysis? Psychoanalysis. Lang, L-A-I-N-G, Freud, Kraepelin, K-R-A-E-P-E-L-I-N, Pavlov. Psychoanalysis. Pavlov's the one that had the dogs, and I think that was more of a behavioral thing that he was really known for. Where I think when he would show them a treat, the dogs or whatever, like they would start to salivate and stuff like that because they knew they were getting a treat or just different thing. I can't remember all of them right now, but I think it's Freud, Dr. Freud, Sigmund. It is. Sigmund Freud was an Austrian neurologist and the founder of psychoanalysis, a clinical method for evaluating and treating pathologies explained as originating in conflicts in the psyche through dialogue between a patient and a psychoanalyst. 5 right, none wrong. Which influential psychologist is known for his experiments on dogs? Well, funny I should mention that, but I mean, I didn't know this was going to be the next question, so I'm going to go ahead and allow it, and if you're paying attention, you will definitely know the answer to this one. Okay? Which influential psychologist is known for experiments on dogs? Carl Jung, B.F. Skinner, John B. Watson, Ivan Pavlov. Well, I don't know if I've ever even heard of these other guys. It seems like I've heard the name Carl Jung before, but it's Pavlov. Ivan Pavlov was a Russian physiologist, best known for psychology for his discovery of classical conditioning. During his studies on the digestive systems of dogs, Pavlov noted that the animals salivated naturally upon the presentation of food. Just what I said, that's funny. However, he also noted that the animals began to salivate whenever they saw the white lab coat of an experimental assistant. Oh. But he said it was through his observation that Pavlov discovered that by associating the presentation of food with the lab assistant, a conditioned response occurred. So, basically, most of the time, I guess, when they saw the guy in the lab coat, he was bringing them something to eat or drink or whatever. So they got to where they even salivated just seeing thinking they're going to get the food, I guess. Okay. I like these. I didn't think I knew this much about all this stuff, but, you know, must have caught it on TV somewhere too. Which disease causes a gradual decrease in the ability to remember? Man, I can't do this one, y'all. This is too goofy. Everybody, it's not goofy anything about this, this disease. It's the questions, the answers that they put up here with the right answer. Okay, so everybody I think knows it's Alzheimer's. But here's your other choices. So I'm not using this one. Chicken pox. Y'all remember that? Mumps. Chicken pox. I think I had the mumps one time. And I mean, back then people would take their kids to other kids with chicken pox just so they would get it over with. You know, I think that might have been with us, even. That was a common practice. But anyway, or at least wherever we were at the time, I don't know. But I think one time I had the mumps. Is that the one where your jaws got big? And my sister had, I think, chicken pox. And then we switched. Then I got the chicken pox and she got the mumps. So anyway, yeah. And diabetes. Everybody knows diabetes doesn't do that. And hyperthyroidism. I don't know a whole lot about that, but I'm not using this one. I'm going to go ahead and answer it. There's been too much, and 100% of people answered, Alzheimer's, so just too easy. In psychological terms, what is fear of Halloween called? Oh my goodness. Thalassophobia, dendrophobia, ablutophobia, samhainophobia. Well, if y'all know much about Halloween, and I've just like around Halloween, probably last year or some year, I probably looked up how it originated and what the meanings of it and everything were, because I know another word for Halloween, and that's in the answer. So, out of all these, it's samhainophobia. Because that's what I guess some people still call it that in some countries or whatever. I don't know. But Samhain is like Halloween. I don't know if it means Halloween, but that's what it is. So, yeah. Samhainophobia is fear of Halloween. People with this specific phobia feel anxious when they think about or experience anything related to Halloween. Many people with Samhainophobia have gone through a past traumatic situation related to the holiday. And I have too, during the holiday. The word Samhain comes from the festival of Samhain, first celebrated by Celtic Druids about 2,000 years ago. So, anyway, one Halloween, I got hit with a rock, but we were all throwing rocks. There was a group of us and another group of kids, and we were throwing them at each other like at a construction site. And it was slate, pieces of slate which will curve when you throw them because they're like flat. I was turned around with my back to them, and one stuck right in the back of my head. This is on Halloween. And I made the mistake. I really should have left the rock in there. Really, but I pulled it out. And immediately the whole back of my shirt and everything was blood. And of course, all the kids, none of my buddies were like, "Oh, I'll help you go home. Here's something to keep that from bleeding, on you." Everybody just freaked out and took off. I got home and I had to go to the emergency room and get stitches, like 5 or something. And then Dad told me not to jump. He knew I would jump off porches. I would run from each house basically and jump off the porch to get as many in as I could, I guess. And he said I had to go with my sister, which was punishment to me. Back then, I love my sister. And he told her to watch me and let him know if I did all that. Well, halfway through I started doing it. I felt okay. I just started doing it again. Well, she told Dad, which was what he told her to do, and I didn't get any of my candy. I had a whole pillowcase full, pretty much. I had to drag it. I mean, I had so much back then. But, yeah, I couldn't have any candy for like a month, and it busted the stitches back open, and we had to go back to the emergency room. So, didn't work out too good for me, let me tell you. Saved me a few cavities, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember even getting the candy. I don't know. I guess I did. I'm sure I was keeping track of when I was supposed to get it back. Anyway, yeah, a little side story there I thought I'd share with you. Okay, we still got 3 more, if they are decent questions. Where was psychologist Jean Piaget born? P-I-A-G-E-T. I don't know how to pronounce that, if it's a French or something. Switzerland, Italy, Austria, France. Okay, I mean, like I just said, I think it's France. No, it's not. It sounded French, but it's Switzerland. Okay, got me on that one. Jean Piaget was a Swiss psychologist who was the first to make a systematic study of the acquisition of understanding in children. That sure sounds like a French name. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more. Not running real bad over. Okay, which part of the brain is responsible for emotions? Basal ganglia, amygdala, A-M-Y-G-D-A-L-A, thalamus, hippocampus. You know, I've seen some crazy movies. In one of them, this guy had it was something about this sculpture thing he had of the brain, and he saved somebody's life through it. He was a doctor. I think it's the thalamus. No, it's not. So I got that one wrong. It's amygdala, a paired almond-shaped structure deep within the brain, integrates emotions, emotional behavior, and motivation. I need mine to get going a little bit for that motivation part, you know. Okay, one more, everybody. Which of these health professionals specializes in mental disorders? Pediatrician, oncologist, podiatrist, psychiatrist. I would almost skip this one, but I'm already a little over what I, try to usually do this in. But it's a psychiatrist. Yep. A psychiatrist is a doctor who specializes in psychiatry, the branch of medicine devoted to the diagnosis, prevention, study, and treatment of mental disorders. I got 8 right and 2 wrong today. I enjoyed this one. It was different. So I hope you enjoyed it too. And if you did, I hope you press that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out. And hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Everybody, I hope you have a great morning. Definitely check out Taste Test of Wendy's Triple Berry Frosty and a little out and about on the way home. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day, and God bless.